for X30 Senior qualifying heat A versus D. And the unbeaten run for Evan Gilter will continue if he keeps his way at the front end of the field. So Evan Gilter alongside the IAME World Finals winner from last season, Danny Carinini on the front row of the grid, Yannis Steven Aidens and Finn McLaughlin, Henki Kalterin and Dan Steenman from Jason Young, Daniel Mathia, Eloy Gonzalez and Otto Pulain, then Onze Levesque and Ollie van Veit, Eduardo Dominguez and Eliska Babachkova, then Benjamin Hovelak and Santiago da Costa, Achille Gobert and Sita van Meert, Kimi Diron and Charles Roussan. Sebastian Murray is alongside Matteo Quintarelli. Senna Rodijk is beside Nick Ho from Daniel Briz, then Adrian Klosmanil, Luna Claret, Harvey Ryby, Adrian Maliero, Mika Voss, Julian Koch, Francisco Costa, Philip Gana, Lucas Federic and Peter Stiller. In the IAME Euro Series season opener 2022 in the tram lines. Are we going to go racing this time? Yes, we are. Good start from our race leader, Evan Gilter. Steven Aidens goes with him into turn one. No major dramas through the first corner as they are flat on the throttle. Then into two. Steven Aidens lines up nicely behind Evan Gilter. Carinini consolidates in P3, but Finn McLaughlin's already starting to have a think about it. He keeps his fourth position for the moment. They go through turn four. Is everybody through together? Yes, they do. It's a nice clean start. So up to five, and everybody through the hairpin. Nip one, pearl one, drop one, curl one through the apexes, and it's great work from Evan Gilter in front of Yannis Steven Aidens at the moment. The Euro karting driver from Belgium, keeping it nice and planted in second place. No catastrophes on the opening lap so far. Everybody keeping it on the black stuff. So Gilter, Steven Aidens, Carinini, McLaughlin. Almost as they started, just with Steven Aidens moving into second place. Some great racecraft coming our way as the drivers in Senior X30 want to finish the morning rotation to try and beat Evan Gilter, who has been unbeatable so far this weekend. He leads at the moment. Steven Aidens trying to stay with him in the slipstream. Third is Carinini. Fourth is McLaughlin. These three need to team up. If Evan Gilter is beatable, they need to work as a unit to make it happen. So Steven Aidens, Carinini and McLaughlin. This is a big test for all three. The Belgian Yannis Steven Aidens, who really is punching in great style here for the Euro karting team in second place. Danny Carinini, king of them all last year at the World Finals. And Finn McLaughlin, the young pretender, the Irishman, coming straight into senior and already making a massive impact. There's a lot that can happen here. And a really exciting duel. I don't think Gilter is going to have this his own way at all. He could still win it, but he's going to have his work cut out. Steven Aidens, Carinini, up the inside comes Carinini. Second place, so now the top four are as they started. But I have a feeling that Steven Aidens and McLaughlin are going to be very hungry in this one. Gilter, you've got to go for it, mate. Through turn one, Steven Aidens works with Carinini. They go together to get that gap down to Gilter. That daylight gap is nothing now. The slipstream means a lot in this race. And here's the move on the inside. Carinini and also Steven Aidens both get through. And I think McLaughlin's going to try and get past as well. He can't quite make it. So Gilter is down to third. Carinini leads. Steven Aidens second. Gilter third. McLaughlin fourth. Right, Evan, what have you got now? So Evan Gilter in third position. It won't be panic stations yet for him. But if it stays like this, then it is definitely going to be a tie on points between Gilter and Elkin, and then it will go to count back. Here comes Steven Aidens, makes the move on Carinini. And Carinini gives enough space that Steven Aidens can go through, but not Evan Gilter. Carinini, of course, is looking at 10 points if it stays like this. So he just wants to keep it in as stable a position as possible. Here he goes again. Carinini going for the lead. Gilter and McLaughlin going with him. Gilter gets there, McLaughlin does not. Now he gets there into turn two where he goes up on the curbs. Steven Aidens is not giving McLaughlin anything. And so McLaughlin has to maintain fourth place, running in front of Henki Kalterin. Daniel Mathia in sixth place. Then it is Steenman, Pulain, Jason Young, Onze Levesque, Eliska Babachkova and Sita van Meert. So through they run. 3 laps in, 6 to go. Nice bit of overtaking in the middle of the field. Still drivers trying to make up a good few positions or two out in the pack. And we're waiting to see how this battle continues as Carinini is running well in front of Evan Gilter. Gilter is not in panic mode at all. Steenman having a look at Daniel Mathia. Did he get through? Yes, he did. So Steenman into 6th place now, past Daniel Mathia. Henki Kalteren is lining up Finn McLaughlin, who's trying to stay with Yannis Stevenheden. That wet patch on the outside of the corner getting smaller all the time. Danny Carinini doing his best to keep in front of Evan Gilter. Gilter might just want to steal the move early. We're on lap 5 of 9. Gilter knows that up to this point he has been completely unbeaten. And even if he finishes second, he will still be leading the points aggregate after this point. Arthur Poulain is trying to close on them. He's in 8th position at the moment from Levesque, Babichkova, Sita van Meert and Jason Young. So it's all going very well from their position at the moment. What can Evan Gilter do as they come up to turn 7? Not close enough to throw it up the inside of Carinini, or certainly not committed enough to. Through turn 8, up the climb, along the barracks on the far side of the course. And now we're going to get to see Carinini and Gilter duel away on the next lap, because I think Gilter looks like he could be poised to give an opportunity on Danny Carinini on the final corner. He'll have the slipstream. He wants to get away from Yannis Stevenheden. He's going to go with Carinini. Come on, go with me. Through turn 1. Gilter keeping it nice and planted. Doesn't want to make the overtake until lap 8, really. That's when he can really outfox Carinini. So Carinini holds it. Here he goes. He's going to go early on the inside. Evan Gilter hits the front once more. Unbeaten this weekend, and he wants to keep it that way. So Carinini tries again. Gilter holds the line. This could go anybody's way. Carinini giving a lot of forethought here to Gilter's lead. McLaughlin's going to have some problems from Kalteren. Here goes Kalteren. 4th position into turn 7. Nice move from the Dutchman. But Gilter, Carinini and Stevenheden are still very close together. And that looks like McLaughlin, Steenman and Kalteren. So McLaughlin's got back past and Steenman's gone with him. Here comes Kalteren. Oh, on the grass nearly there, Daniel Mathia. Getting past Henki Kalteren. He won't like that. But that was very close indeed. Down the home straight. 3 laps to go. And Gilter, Carinini and Stevenheden very close indeed. What can Carinini do about Gilter? Evan Gilter, still your race leader for VDK Racing. They come through to the hairpin. No move from Carinini. Gilter was rather hoping he could make that move and disappear. Carinini hasn't exactly made that easy for him. So Evan Gilter trying to remain unbeaten up against the winner of the IAME World Finals last year. So here they come again. Let's see who's going to make the first move in this battle for 4th place. This is McLaughlin, Steenman and Poulain. Arthur Poulain running now in front of Henki Kalteren. So Arthur Poulain going well here for the Victory Lane karting team as he runs in P6. Here comes Steenman. McLaughlin will not concede. Excellent from the Irishman. Still holds P4 on lap 7. And with 2 to go, expect a big lunge from Carinini on this one. Oh, and that's a spinner. That's one of the CRGs having an issue. That, I'm afraid, is the 303 going off. That's Daniel Briz. So Daniel Briz is slowing to a standstill. McLaughlin still holding the station in front of Steenman. Steenman having to defend from Poulain and Kalteren. Arthur Poulain cannot come through. Kalteren trying his best around the outside. And on the inside comes Daniel Mathia. Eliska Babichkova is the next one on the road. Then Onzo Levesque and Sita van Meert behind them. There is still a very big tussle of drivers as they mix it up together. Senior X30 going full guns blazing and still giving us plenty of excitement out there. Here's the move. It's a late one for Poulain. He can't get by. He left that too late from too far back, I'm afraid. So Daniel Mathia and Henki Kalteren are now going to queue up behind, as is Eliska Babichkova. It won't be long until Onzo Levesque and Sita van Meert join the party. And then, of course, behind you've got Eloy Gonzalez in the Monlau Competition kart. As across the line, Evan Gilter leads the way still from Danny Carinini, but he's pulled clear. So I don't see Carinini able to deal with him. Half a second. Here's the gap. And Gilter has left Carinini with a false sense of opportunism and hope. But once he got back through, he really stepped on the gas. And there is Yannis Stevenheden in 3rd place. Hoping against hope that he can catch up to them, but I don't see it happening now. Danny Carinini looking very strong out front in 2nd place. But Evan Gilter, the man in front of him, has done everything he needed to do when asked of him. He's never overdriven. He's never thwarted his opponents without any positivity of conviction. He's placed the kart everywhere that you've asked him to, and this has been absolutely awesome. Great drive, great racing, and it looks like it's going to be a strong battle right to the get-go. The checkered flag will fly for the third time this weekend for Evan Gilter. Invincible and unbeatable so far. Carinini second, third is Steven Adens, who's going to get fourth. It's McLaughlin, just from Poulain, Steenman and Mathia. Some great battles in the final lap sees Levesque in 8th place and Sita van Meert come up to 9th in front of Eliska Babičkova and Eloy Gonzalez. Henki Kouteren slipping to 12th, unfortunately. But Evan Gilter remains invincible, unbeatable. If he keeps it like this, then he will head into the Superheat final tomorrow with a guaranteed pole position. Excellent stuff. So, some good racing then, as we will have some opposition for sure as the drivers go to battle in 2022. We were always expecting a tough, close battle between them, and we're certainly getting one. So the drivers continue in fine style. But obviously the racing is still going strong, and the drivers are putting on an excellent show. Evan Gilter, thus far, unbeatable. Danny Carinini second from Yannis Steven Haydens and Finn McLaughlin from Arthur Poulain and Dan Steenman. Daniel Mathia and Enzo Levesque from Sita van Meert and Eliska Babičkova. Then Eloy Gonzalez and Henki Kouteren, Santiago da Costa and Achille Gobert. Jason Young is ahead of Adrian Maliero from Kimi Duron and Adrian Klosmanil. Behind them, Charles Roussan comes home in 19th position in front of Nico and Sebastian Murray. Then it is Benjamin Hovelak in front of Eduardo Dominguez. Harvey Ryby is 24th in front of Mika Vos. Luna Claret ahead of Senna Rodijk. Then Francisco Costa, Lucas Federic, Peter Stella, Julian Koch, Oliver Veit and Matteo Quintarelli from Philip Ghana of Nigeria. The one retirement from the race, Daniel Breeze for the GM Fuel CRG.